Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the US stock indexes, NASDAQ and SPX 500 price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. So we're gonna start of course with the NASDAQ here on the 4 hours chart, where we are still looking here at a potential impulse to unfold toward the upside within a wave 5 to finish up. Basically, you have a 1, 2, and you have another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 extended wave 5 for a wave 3 here. And you're looking as well for a potential ABC and a wave 5 still, of course, unfolding. Now, you can even count this if you want to as a wave 3, 4, and a 5 if you don't like the extended. So it is the same ending here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave 3. So both possibilities are possible, but I prefer somehow on the micro level because I follow it. Preferably to take it in this situation as, of course, here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And this is your wave 5 there internally for an extended wave 5. Basically, ABC given, we saw a reaction. We saw a new low taken there as, of course, a corrective wave. And we see higher prices. Now, after this higher prices, we are following it as an impulse as well, of course, where we have a 1, 2, and we're looking for a wave 3, 4, and a 5. Now, what is very interesting is that you have almost like past the possibility for a wave C, but still there can be, of course. However, we mentioned that after this 1, 2, 3, wave 4, wave 5, yesterday we saw, of course, leading diagonal. That because, of course, you got a wave 2 again, and you took the high. Despite that the high, it is corrective ABC expanding flat. I mentioned even in this case, once you take confirmation for higher, even in an expanding flat, well, expanding flat means correction. And that means, of course, it's going to reverse toward the upside. So confirmation for higher is still, of course, there. And that means we are in a 1, 2 and another 1, 2, and we're looking for wave 3 to unfold toward the upside still. And I'm looking finally to hit the blocks over there, of course, for wave 5 to finish up finally this wave 1. Meaning I'm looking for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish, of course, and pushing for lower later on. And that will be, of course, the high here will be very, very close for the all-time high, by the way. So we gotta be careful also in this case, because it can be very likely as well that this structure here as an impulse might finish the major wave 5 there. Okay, so to be testing like an extended wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, that will be later on. Okay, so it is also very likely that we might finish over there, even can be truncation, you know, so because the 1-to-1 fib level is a few cents difference from the all-time high, and it can, of course, overshoot a little bit, take the all-time high, and then pushing down for a wave 2, because you might finish here a wave 1, and then we push, of course, lower for wave 2. So very, very essential, of course, to keep this in mind once we finish this push toward the upside for NASDAQ there. So we got to be careful with it, of course, that it might drop down after all. So yeah, this is what I'm looking still for NASDAQ here. Potentially the wave 5 is still unfolding, and I'm still, of course, looking here at the lower time frame. It's something impulsive here today. We see on the 15-minute chart 1, 2, 3, wave 4 and a wave 5. For a wave 3 there can be given, and then 4 and a 5 to finish up, guys. Wave C, well, yeah, it's a very far possibility right now, guys. Very far. Yep, so this is regarding NASDAQ. Let's take the SPX as well, and looking at the 4 hours chart as well. We are following, of course, our wave 1 there. Potentially in a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 3 is the same almost as NASDAQ, but only slight difference is that this has turned into a running flat. Why? Because you failed to take the low. This low is higher than this one. And you have finished kind of like ending diagonal 5 ways, meaning, of course, 5 ways failing to take the low as an expanding flat turns directly to a running flat. A running flat is, of course, a signal for reversal. And this is exactly what we saw, of course, higher prices unfolding there on the 1 hour chart. We can see, of course, a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave 3 and a wave 4. And of course, lately we counted, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an ending diagonal. However, this ending diagonal has turned directly to a leading diagonal with this wave 2 once you took the high again. Because you took the high again, it is potentially a wave 1, 2 again. Especially another confirmation for higher was taken over there with the wick. That means, anyway, if it is corrective, it is corrective. That means we're going to push for higher sooner or later, A, B, and a C. And then, of course, looking for a wave 3 to unfold toward the upside. Now, my targets are, of course, still the same, looking for the 0.618, potential 1, 2, 1, 2, and wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. If we have realized that, of course, yes, it might take the high here for SPX, but don't be sure of it, okay? Don't be sure that we're going to take it 100%. It might be truncation as well, because, of course, I mean, there is some higher potential or bullish sentiments there, but I would say they are not the strongest, yeah? They are struggling a little bit there. And I would say that the things here should look a little bit much more impulsive, especially after 1, 2, 3 here, 4, and a 5. Well, it's still fine, but I would like to see something a little bit much more impulsive and stronger than this. So there is some struggle, I believe, here. So we gotta be careful with it as well. And it can be something even different, opening here like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So also we gotta be careful with this scenario, by the way, which I start to see it over there. Potential bigger ending diagonal somehow like this. So also very interesting. So basically, guys, we have to be cautious. Yes, we have to be cautious, because if this happens, it might be, of course, your ABC there. Okay, it might be kind of like an A, B, and a C, probably wave C finishing as an ending diagonal. Yeah, so also we have to watch out with this one. It can be the wave A there, wave A, and wave B expanding flat, and then wave C. The same as for NASDAQ, by the way. I mentioned that this, yes, can be a potential A, B, and a C there, and that a larger diagonal here unfolding, and that because of the struggle so far, just because of the struggle that we see. But if we see like a really good push toward the upside today, that might be, of course, the impulse wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. But if we see a weakness again, especially taking the low, so I think I'm gonna take this seriously, and I'm gonna put here confirmation for lower, meaning it's done. So confirmation for lower there. Okay, 25K 454, meaning once you take the low there, okay, we drop down, and that might be your wave C there. Why? Because you failed to take the high, and you're still in the perfect fib level for a wave 2, 1, 2, and then we drop down. So we gotta be careful. The same for SPX as well. I'm gonna put also this potential confirmation for lower, in case we don't need this anymore. In case, of course, we take this price there. Okay, so confirmation for lower. And this is, of course, your price where you might see a potential lower prices. Don't forget also on SPX, you might be, I think, still in the wave 2. Well, we just touched the 886, which is a good signal, actually. It's a good signal. Since we took the 886, it reduced the possibility, of course, to be impulsive downward. But it doesn't remove the possibility from being in wave 2, for example, and dropping down. Therefore, in both case scenario, taking this price might, of course, unfold lower prices, because 1, 2 as well as lower prices, right? And that because we took the 886, it can be a wave 2. But yeah, so this is what I'm looking for right now to see what's going to happen. So, of course, to be watched, guys, and we'll see in the intraday if something really massive is going to break this difficulties, yeah? Or simply it's going to play something for low, because it can be finished, okay? It can be finished for both. That was it for NASDAQ and SPX. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.